Hey there guys, Gutslove here. Welcome back to another Death Battle React video. This time it's gonna be a Death Battle I haven't yet reacted to, but it passed, after the Tracer vs. Scout video, and I did not get the chance to react to it at the time because of work and stuff. But this time, I do have the time, and I'm gonna release this, before N7 month. And so with that said, let's go ahead with Ken versus Terry. Oh my goodness. Street Fighter versus King of Fighters. The 10th of October, 16th. Oh, I already passed. Everything changes. What is it? What is it about? I don't know.
Hey, Wiz, what has blonde hair,
Oh, God.
wears red, and fights like hell?
Today's fighters?
Oh, you guessed it. Ken Masters, the street fighting family man.
And Terry Bogard, the orphan.
I only know the guy from Street Fighter, I'm sorry.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Ooh, pixel art again. Nice.
As the son of a rich hotel tycoon, young Ken Masters wanted for nothing.
Stupid rich kids, why don't their parents ever teach them any real value?
Ooh,
Like
never.
squirrel cooking or how to throw a punch.
Well, turns out Ken's an exception. Eager to teach his son some discipline, his father sent him to Japan to train in martial arts.
Yeah, turns out Ken's dad was buddies with the master karate hermit Gokin, who Ken trained under for a decade, alongside a young warrior named Ryu.
Under Gokin's eye, Ken was taught the ways of the Ansatsuken, or assassination fist, albeit Gokin's own non-lethal variant.
He learned techniques like the blast of ki energy known as the Hadouken, and also the Temptu Monkey Sepukaka.
The
Tatsumaki
Shoryuken!
Sepukaka,
Come on!
also known as the Hurricane Kick. A spinning
Wait,
kick
that's
that leaves
the
a person
Hadouken,
really
this
well,
is Shoryuken.
Pretty good for getting past projectiles.
But the move he excels at the most is the Dragon Fist, the Shoryuken. It's a devastating rising uppercut, and Ken's so damn good at it he can set his whole damn fist on fire.
At his best, he can perform the Shinryuken, or Divine Dragon Fist. Not only is this attack engulfed in flame, it also creates a vacuum effect, drawing opponents in for multiple strikes. The Shinryuken is the most powerful natural form of the Shoryuken technique.
Well, so long as you're not possessed by evil murder energy, but you should watch Ryu vs. Scorpion to learn all about that. With his training complete, Ken returned to America, proving his new discipline and kickassery by winning several fighting tournaments.
Including the premier U.S. martial arts tournament, where he won the finals and met his future wife, Eliza.
Oh, that is certainly what I would call a win.
Proud of his victories, Ken returned to Gokin's dojo to tell his former master the good news.
Tragedy.
But he got there a little too late. Dang, missed out on all the finger painting.
After meeting up with Ryu to mourn their master's apparent death, Ken decided to enter the prestigious World Warrior tournaments, just for the chance to fight Ryu again.
But Ken's always fighting, both in and out of tournaments. He takes on anything from crime lords to professional assassins, and he's strong enough to send a man flying 15 feet in the air with a single punch.
The force of which would definitely kill an average person, which Ken is anything but. He's strong enough to beat the Dictator Bison with Ryu, and he's fast enough to dodge attacks from Akuma, one of the most powerful characters in the Street Fighter universe.
Then there was his cage match against the claw-wielding Vega, where he punched him so hard he completely reversed the guy's momentum after he leaped from the ceiling.
Doing so after losing tons of blood from dozens of lacerations, and with both of his feet broken and impaled.
Oh!
Considering much of a
fancy.
punch's force comes from the lower half of a person's body, this is practically unbelievable.
Talk about endurance. I can see how he got his wife. The guy's tough enough to fall over 100 feet into the mud and then just get up more pissed than anything else.
But when it comes down to it, Ken's strongest asset is his conviction to win, only made stronger when it comes to defending his friends.
Though he is pretty cocky, if he's feeling good about a fight, he'll sometimes just laugh at his opponents instead of finishing them off, leaving himself wide open.
Still, if you enter the ring with Ken Masters, chances are you're gonna get burned.
Ow! Straight to the face!
Come on, let's turn up the heat.
Terry Bogard was born with nothing to his name, Hell, he didn't even have a last name.
Stranded with his brother Andy, Terry grew up an orphan on the dangerous streets of Southtown.
Until they were adopted by Jeff Bogard, who immediately introduced them to a regimen of bonding and kicking ass. Now that's a good dad. Well, until he got murdered.
When he was only 10 years old, Terry and Andy watched helplessly as their foster father was murdered before their eyes by Geese Howard, a notorious crime lord. Swearing vengeance, the brothers spent the next decade training.
Has the name Geese?
What did
Really?
waterfowl ever
Their
do?
first name.
No, not birds. Geese Howard, the bad guy.
Look, Wiz, I know you're not a poetry scientist degree holder like myself, but you should know that the singular term for geese is goose. It's just
Oh god, the poor bird, oh god, no! That bird is doing anything but trying to peck him.
An exceptional martial artist.
If you know what I
Boxing,
mean.
Karate, kung fu, and kickboxing. He developed an impressive list of techniques, like the burn knuckle, a fierce punch surrounded by energy.
And the crack shoot, a jumping axe kick. Or he can just punch the ground so freaking hard he makes a power wave, where he sends a deadly wave of energy through the earth to
Oh,
whatever
nice.
poor bastard he's fighting.
But even after learning all of these, Terry knew he would need more to defeat Geese.
Goose.
No. So he sought out his foster father's old master, who taught him the secret technique of the Hakyoku Seiken, the art of the 8 extremities holy fist.
Holy fist, huh? Is that like punching the Jesus into people or something?
Maybe.
No, but he is punching with the power of Earth.
Firework, water, heart, go, Terry! Okay, sorry, couldn't help myself.
Anyway, with Hakyoku Seiken, Terry can literally pull and channel energy from the earth beneath his feet. And with the earth's chi, he can enhance his attacks to an extreme level.
Like turning his ordinary power wave into the monstrously titanic power geyser.
Apart from that, his Buster Wolf punch puts his burn knuckle to shame, and with the Star Dunk Volcano, he slams his foes down in a fiery explosion.
So when Terry was ready to take Geese down, he figured what better way than in the
King of
worldwide
Fighters.
tournament Geese himself was hosting, the King of Fighters tournament.
And in the end, he most certainly got his revenge, in a battle which was apparently so intense, its spectators compared it to a fight between starving wolves, earning Terry the nickname, the legendary Hungry Wolf.
That's a badass nickname. Although it turns out Terry didn't kill Geese hard enough, so he got to do it a second time.
Really?
Not that Terry was too weak or anything. For example, in his fight with Jamin, he took a huge explosion in the back, got a car thrown at him, jumped up an elevator shaft as it was blowing up, got blasted in the face with a wall of fire which smashed him into a concrete wall, and answered by power geysering so hard he wrecked the factory he was standing on.
He bled everywhere. But then this chick made him better with a good old strip and cuddle. Oh, and that guy, damn it, he's fast enough to catch bullets.
And strong enough to shoot them back with his fingers.
Not good enough for you? Well, how about the time Terry saved a coworker from 6 falling I-beams by smashing them one by one in midair?
Keep in mind, a single I-beam is designed to support over 3,000 pounds of pressure.
And he took care of it so fast the would-be victim didn't even notice.
It's a bit of a shame then that, at his worst, Terry's a pretty sore loser. Even though his willpower is enough to match the power of Mars, the god of war, an unexpected failure can
Kratos.
really shake him up.
But when Terry Bogard sets his mind to something, he'd rather bleed out than walk away.
The gods. Okay. So, oh Jesus, no. So, okay. I never actually watched any of these two, be it the anime or the games. I only knew about the Street Fighter games because, hey, those were the second most popular game besides freaking Mortal Kombat. Damn it. Wait, shoot. I'm trying to put it back on the thing. Should I go with Ken? That's the guy I know more about because, hey, he's the more identifiable one. Or should I go with Terry? This is what I really dislike about certain death battles in which you don't know about the two characters. You don't connect. Unlike the other death battles with characters I did know, like for example, in my first death battle react video, which was Goliath versus Beast, I knew both characters and I still voted and I knew who they were. I knew most of their abilities because I grew up with them and basically had more of a connection. Unlike with these two, Terry and Ken, I don't know. I'm just here to watch the battle. And yes, it is interesting to listen about how they grew up, how they learned their abilities, what their abilities are, what are their weaknesses, and what are those perks or just little defects they have, their flaws that make them more human. In this case, because they're literally human compared to other characters. I'm going with Ken. Yeah, sorry Terry, you sounded cool, but I gotta go with my bro, Ken. Let's see, I know, Jesus. This is what I dislike about having to play the thing on my PlayStation, instead of having to watch it on my computer or my iPod. Okay, let's see, come on. Okay, oh, it's the freaking, they're still gonna make the blue apron thing. Yeah, they're gonna make the blue apron commercial.
Alright, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first, Wiz has got something to tell you about saving time and eating food, so what's not to love?
Shoot.
You know
Pizza.
how it is. Researching characters and making them fight to the death is time-consuming. I don't have time to go to the store and make my own meals, but I also don't want seasonal recipes with pre-portioned ingredients to make delicious home-cooked meals. Each meal comes with an easy
I am so
step-by-step
glad I
recipe
already ate it before
in 40 minutes or less.
Oh damn,
This
I'm
chicken
getting
stir-fry
I'm
will
getting
cook
really
about
tired. What time is it anyway? Oh, 8:44. Damn.
First 3 meals free
Come on.
with free shipping by going to blueapron.com/battle. See for yourself how good it feels and tastes to create impeccable home-cooked meals with Blue Apron. That's blueapron.com/battle.
But right now, it's time for a death battle!
Come on, I want the fight! The cherry blossom! Oh. You got knocked out! So, no voice acting?
Challenge me after some
Oh,
practice.
you're...
Come on, show me what you're made of.
Come on, fight! Fight!
Here I go! See ya! See ya!
Ooh, decent hits. Come on. Ooh!
Take this seriously!
That's a low blow, man.
This over?
That's a Shoryuken, dude. It's not. This will hurt. Oh, come on. You're gonna break the dojo. Oh, no. Everybody out. Everybody. Oh. Oh, damn. He got knocked out. Take your breaths and get out. Get out. Come on. Breathe. Hadouken. Oh. Hadouken versus Chi. Oh. You are so dead. Wait a minute, they're both standing. They're both standing. Oh my god. Whoa, he's all bloodied up, dude. No. Oh. Oh.
Bummer. So, on the bright side, this means Eliza's single now, right? Boomstick. Just saying what we're all thinking, Wiz.
Both Ken and
Wow.
Terry had been fighting since they were children, and each won their fair share of tournaments. However, Terry's sheer power proved too much for Ken to handle.
Outside of tourneys, Ken's most notable victories were usually only possible because he had help. Sure, Ken's taken down Zangief, Hugo, and Vega multiple times, who are extremely deadly in their own right, but they aren't nearly as heavy hitters as those on Terry's resume, like Krauser and Mars.
Also, keeping up with and surpassing Jameen, who can effortlessly catch bullets, proves Terry can match someone over twice the speed of sound. Much faster than anything Ken's ever shown.
Man, when Eliza hears about this, she's gonna feel
Terrible. Oh god.
The winner is Terry Bogard.
And I bet it's gonna be the AB versus Ramona thing. Come on. Tell me, yeah. Oh god, that freaking hedgehog. Jesus Christ.
Bet you're surprised to see me.
Well, since I already know, I gotta skip. Okay, so, it's about to say that I was quasi-entertained. I mean, yes, when you finish a video, you know, watching it, your brain kind of processes what's going on. Like, hey, was this really worth it? Or, you know, or was this really entertaining? And that's why a lot of people do double takes. I don't try to do that with my death battles. I try to go straight up blind and whatnot. And so with that battle, the effects were good. They were decent. I prefer the Amy versus Rose one in terms of animation and special effects. This one was decent. I really liked it, and I liked how they still have like an audience. You sometimes don't get that in other battles. And how funny it was when you saw poor... what was his name again? Dan Hibiki, that's the name. Dan Hibiki basically get knocked the fuck out. You know, basically killed off in the same battle. Terry got two freaking... he got two headshots, like literally. Ken died by having his head cut off or just punched off, which is pretty cool in its own right, but I still prefer the Amy versus Rose battle. So it's an okay battle. I don't know. And so with that said, thank you all so much for watching. Remember that there's gonna be the N7 month starting November. And yes, I'm using the flower because he is easy to manipulate. Come on, freaking, I don't know. Also, the 3 Arceus codes, they're gonna be distributed randomly, okay? So anyone who comments on the videos during N7 month has a chance before the 25th of November to win an Arceus code. These codes were given out, I think, in September. I got a buttload of codes with them. I already used up my own. There's only 3 left. They're untouched. So with that said, keep that in mind. Comment on my videos. Check in my Twitter or Facebook whenever I upload a video and comment on those videos. And with that said, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.